And I'm in.
Oh, you figured out what to do?
Yep. All right, put some tiles down, yo.
Cool. So do you know anything about this game?
It looks very similar to other tile-based games where you put down things that match on the borders.
Yeah.
From there, I'll figure out the rest. Don't worry.
There's one really important mechanic to understand in this game, Bird.
Okay.
Which is your Meeples. You got 7 Meeples. See them by your name?
Yeah, I got 7 Meeps.
That's how many things you can claim overall. So when you place a tile, you can claim a part of that tile while you're placing it. Okay. This first tile that's already here is a really good example. That poopy walled off area with buildings in it, that's a town.
Okay.
That trench thing, that's a road. And then the open green areas are farms.
Okay.
If you place a meeple on the road, then you claim that road for as long as it ends up being, for as we keep adding to it. And you'll get 1 point at the end of the game for every tile that road makes up. Okay. If you place one on the town, you get 2 points for every tile that town is ultimately made up of, like all the connecting tiles that make up the continuous walls of that town. Okay. And if you place one on a farm, you'll get like 3 points for every town in that farm, but only if they're completed. So it's a big min-max risk. Every area that the green touches. Yeah. Every town within that continuous piece of green is counted as your farm, and so you'll get 3 points per completed town in that area. Okay. So it's a like long-term investment. Yeah, really big high risk and high reward. It often wins the game though. Here's the important thing: if a town is finished because the walls are continuous all the way around and it's completed, or if a road is finished because all the paths it has end and end points and stuff like that, then you get the points for it immediately, and you get your meeple back. Oh. So that's how you get the ability to claim more than 7 things, because there's 72 tiles, as you can see in the bottom right corner, and we only have 7 claims. So you have to plan accordingly. Okay. I'm going to place this guy here. I guess you can rotate it. Okay, so when you're placing these, you click on them again to rotate them. There's a giant check mark on the corner of the screen to confirm when you're done. Like I can plop this guy right here, and I can claim... Oh, there's so many meeple locations they give you. I'm going to claim this farm. All right. So I'm never getting that guy back.
Oh, I see. Basically, as soon as a farm's down, you only get points for it at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
All right. So I can place this boy here, and I see how I can rotate it. This.
They're asking, can I be louder? I can try to make everything else quieter.
How do I undo? Oh, I just click on the other possible positions for it. I see. Okay, so I'm going to definitely want to do this. Do I press how do I choose to put my meeple down as well?
First you put the tile down and then confirm it, and then it gives you all the meeple spots. Okay. Done. A thing to know about farms is they're never completed. You just have to wait to the very, very, very end of the game. Here's another mechanic to think about. You cannot claim anything that somebody else has already claimed. Okay. But you can claim something that's not attached to that and then attach it. Ah, so you can steal other people's investments. Yeah. And that goes for you and your opponent. You can't double up on your own claim either. But if you put multiple claims down and then connect them afterwards, then what happens is if we have equal share on a place, then we get equal points for it. If I outnumber the claims in the thing that we're both on, then you get nothing. But you still have to wait for it to be completed to get your meeple back. Got it. Okay. There's openings for dickitude. Oh, goody. Yeah. Anyway. You know how to work it, I see. Oh boy. I'm gonna go over here and claim this town. Okay. Thankfully, there's not that much to this game. I also have all the expansions turned off. Ah, good. I also don't know how to use 2 of those expansions. because you have to go find them in a store in real life, and that's harder.
Oh, no. Stores in real life are scary.
Carcassonne is usually sold with the Rivers expansion, so a lot of people know how to play that.
Okay.
It's actually not much to it. It's just you start the game by placing a river. And so every single tile, we take turns placing a river, and we can choose what direction the river's going to ultimately meander in, but we have to attach the river to itself. So it's like an expanded start, basically. Instead of radiating from one tile at the beginning, we radiate from a weird river we generate.
Oh, that sounds really fun.
Yeah,
we should definitely pick up some of the expansions if we enjoy this game, which I already do enjoy this game. This is another podcast game, as you put it. This feels very chill. This is like the chillest game we could possibly be playing on Halloween, but it also has the word carcass in the name, so I kind of think it's good.
The carcass is on. Dumbest pun I could do.
It's pretty terrible.
Yeah, I'm proud of it, really. I'm pretty proud of it. You know, I got a really bad pun to share.
Yeah.
So in Pathologic, that you can hear across the entire town this bell ring every hour. You know, because that's how clocks work. Oh, cool. Your errors occurred and your game will be reloaded. What does that mean?
What the hell does that mean?
Is it gonna be reloaded with you in it?
Yeah.
Are you still here? Okay.
I hope so.
Are you back?
I never left.
Oh, cool. Oh, so I'm here too. Everything's fine. It just scared us for a moment for funsies. Oh, so you finished the town, and you're competing for my farm like a bastard. Yep. Well, I'm going to put this here. Oh, there's a shield.
What does that mean?
The shield makes that city tile worth even more.
Oh,
I think it's worth double. Not the whole city, just that one tile. So your city was 1, 2, 3, 4. So yours is worth 8 points, which you've already claimed. You can see 8 on your score now. This city is already worth 6.
Which city? I can't see until you place the tile down, which is very frustrating.
Well, I'm gonna have to compete with you for this farm.
I think that the reason that they do that is so that you can kind of place tiles freely and visualize it without spoiling the way you're thinking.
But there's the shield.
Other players. Okay, I
very
see how
cartoonish. I do like seeing the little 3D towns prop up. Like when we're placing the town pieces, it's a little construction stuff, and then a proper city with a wall and everything gets built.
It's very satisfying animation for a board game.
But a bell tolls every hour, but there's a play that plays every day from midnight to 7 in the morning, which is weird timing for a play, but whatever. But it's basically the daily cutscene of the game, so it's like a race to get there in time, or you'll mess up. And I had the sprint. I had to sprint to it when it was in the last seconds before the bell was going to ring for 7 o'clock, and I was like, no bell, no bell, no bell, no bell, no bell. And then when I made it, I said I won the Nobel Prize.
Ha 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 ha! That's a really valuable city now. If you put down, you have to put down that shield one right where you got it going. So this is going to be interesting. The problem is that it also opens up every tile. So like you have the least amount of control over what's going to eventually happen to that tile,
Oh, boo.
Or you can put it on the right side of the board and be a little bit safer. But nope, good call.
I've got a giant tile.
You've put one on the farmland there. And you've put one in the city itself. So I need to be...
We're fighting.
Yeah. So if I want to have a stake in this thing, if I put down 1 meeple, we're tied. But I have to put down 2
to rip the control from me. I'm also over-invested, so my mobility is low.
Yeah, you're at 5 meeples to my 2. And you have this meeple in the upper left who's on the city that is likely never going to really be worth anything. So that kind of sucks for you. But I can probably go ahead and risk fighting for this big old city. So I'm going to go ahead and put a meeple down, but I can't because I fucked up. Because I forgot how to play the game. I have to play it disconnected and then connect it later on. I forgot about that.
Like the farms we have adjacent to each other, they're just staring at each other over the abyss.
Yeah.
furiously.
So
they're in adjacent
anywhere
Silent
that I
Hills.
put
And
this
they're like,
specific
they better
tile-
not build that freeway between our different Silent Hills at each other. They're gonna mix up
So
their
this
monsters
tile-
with our monsters.
This tile I actually really can't put down anywhere here because it's just way too open no matter where I try to put it. You can kind of visualize it even though you can't see what I'm doing. So even though this is a city tile, I really actually need to just kind of plonk it like over here, right? There's not like much of a reasonable way for me to use that to like steal your shit.
There's not great ways, although that might be able to get connected later.
Yeah, it sets things up all right.
Yeah. What I find interesting about your move, though, is that you didn't claim this.
The city?
Yeah.
Well, got plans. Got plans. So,
What's nifty about this game is that it doesn't get longer when you add players.
yeah, that is kind of nifty.
Because it keeps the same tile count.
Mm-hmm.
So the more players, it just means you get fewer moves.
Well, I could take the city and make you split it evenly. I could. Let's actually just like work on the kahuna though. So I'll put this down. Oh, okay. Once again, I'm kind of forgetting. Oh, but yeah, you put your bro there, so that's gonna make this really hard for me to work.
I try to remember
so
about how you have to claim it afterwards separately without being attached to somebody else's claim.
I keep forgetting that you have to do that as a mechanic. So what I can do is I can work on stealing the road because I can't rotate. Unfortunately, this tile doesn't let me rotate like conveniently above your city to like set it up because the road is getting in the way. So I guess I need to spend this on the best move that I can think of for me is to continue trying to steal your road.
That's a nifty little detail. They put like little farms in the farm. Roads are not very high value.
Okay.
Roads are 1 point per tile, so they're pretty inefficient for putting points down. But if you keep drawing road tiles, then it's good to have somewhere to put them. But cities are 2 per tile plus 2 per shield, and farms, of course, are potentially worth like 30 points, maybe, or 0. Who knows?
Gotcha. Okay. So
if you see something new I haven't explained, just say, and I'll explain it.
I get the gist of a lot of this stuff. I just like. Okay, so actually, probably my best move then is to do this, in the hopes that I can eventually
latch on,
and at the very least split this one in half.
Yeah.
Dude, this game is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing for like 3 minutes and I already like it.
That doesn't work that way. Need a better
trying
plan
to
than
steal
that.
other people's resources is actually significantly harder than I expected.
Just
it would
being
be.
an evil little bastard, the game.
Yep. It's not that bad. It just requires you to think ahead, and it's very risky.
Oh yeah. Super risky.
Mm-hmm. However, I've basically all but guaranteed, by doing that move that I just did, if this city ever gets claimed, I've guaranteed that I'll at least have one person on it. Because there's no way you can place a tile below this city, below the one I just placed, that doesn't connect it to the one that you're on. No, it is possible.
You can.
It is possible if you have one that's only open on the top and only open on the right.
Yeah, there's those little like semicircle city tiles that are just on one side and nothing else. You can get one that has 2 different sides that are still disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
And also the later expansions add increasingly contrived, obscure, douchey, bizarre tiles that break plans, and there's like one of each of them in the deck. Like there's one that creates a four-way intersection of cities where the two opposing sides are connected, but the adjacent ones are not. Like an overpass of a city. Like literally like rules lawyer tiles. It's amazing.
That does sound pretty great.
There's some really dumb ones in the expansions. It's great. So there's something that's going to come up at some point called a monastery or something equivalent. It'll be a holy building that's just in the middle of the tile, just standing there like a church or whatever. That one gets a point for itself, and then a point for every adjacent tile in all directions, including diagonals. And then it's completed when it's completely encased in tiles. So for a total of 9 points at that point, because it's, you know, the 8 around it and then the one that is itself.
Okay. That's very interesting.
It's powerful, it's rare. It might be balanced to be later in the deck. I don't know. It's not really. I don't think there's any shuffling rules.
How many monastery tiles are there?
I don't know.
Okay. Like if it happens once per game, that's one thing. If it happens twice,
it's definitely more common than that.
Okay.
It's rarer than all of the other variants, but it's not one in a game thing. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen at least one yet, but you know, they're rare enough that they can show up bunched up in any part of the deck.
Okay. Well, that's really good to keep in mind.
So if you drew a monastery, an amazing place to play it would be right where I just put that tile down. If you go left from there, that's 6 of the 9 already completed. If you put it in the middle of that socket right there.
Yeah.
Then you just have to put the last 3 up top and it'll be finished. You try to just nestle them in the middle of where things are going on so that people will kind of accidentally finish it for you while they're building.
Okay.
And that's like the last variant of tile available in the vanilla game, I believe. It's super quick to learn game.
All right, sorry, I was just kind of thinking to myself. I think that this it's not enough for me to just like put something down and just like split a city with you. Although I mean that does kind of work because it then effectively neutralizes it, but I'm playing on the defense. I'm hoping though. What?
This game has good buttons. So the camera button changes the camera angle nicely, and then the farm button shows you where the farms are continuous or not.
Oh,
which is super handy.
That is useful to know.
Because that's something that people debate over when they're playing. It's like trying to figure
whether it's continuous or not.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Although I take issue with the fact that the farms are only 2 color variants.
Well, I mean, there's only 2 players, right? So there's only gonna be 2 color variants.
Oh, right. They're blue and red farms. I was thinking of it as being a unique color for each separate farm.
No.
No, it's just saying who owns each farm.
Effectively, like, claimed it.
That's a good button to have.
That is very helpful to have, yeah.
And you bastard.
Yep.
Trying to get onto my shit.
Yep.
Get into my territory.
Yep.
Gonna go ahead and just turn away from you. My road.
No! Ah, you fucker.
Not the road. What will I do?
Okay, so if I put that there, then I'm screwed. If I put that there, I'm screwed. Can start to close this off a little bit.
I don't like that the time limit's turned on.
Yeah, I kind of wish at least for our first game we had turned that off.
I didn't realize it was there, or even an option.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not really that big of a deal. It's just like,
This has always been my favorite tabletop game that isn't like Twilight Imperium, where you have to spend 8 hours doing it, and everyone needs a whole day to learn it. Or D&D.
Yeah, I'm actually not that big of a D&D fan. I've kind of figured out, like, it's all right, but so much of it like really depends on a whole bunch of factors that are totally out of control, like the other people and like their campaign and your DM. And like really also your experience can really vary based off of how people are feeling that day and how you're feeling that day and stuff. And it's also something that you kind of, there's so much like obligation involved with it too. If you feel like, oh, I don't actually feel like playing D&D today, like you're going to inherently be letting people down. And that's like, that sucks.
Oh yeah. I've had like 6 D&D campaigns end because somebody got in a fight.
Yeah.
It's just like such an ongoing thing. Because it's like vaguely stressful and it's a group thing. Also never finished a D&D campaign?
Me neither. Weirdly enough.
I'm almost certainly annoying my audience with this farm button and its sound it makes.
Just constantly turning it off and on.
It makes like this loud chime sound.
Ah, gotcha. Let's start setting up some farms of my own, I think. Oh, but that'll be claimed. Oh, and that will be really difficult to work with if I use the road tile there. So that's not a good call. Boy, this tile is not really that useful, I think. Not right now, anyway.
You can do it, I believe in you.
Cap off a road. Which might be worth doing. Okay, I can see how I want to do this. Bam.
Aha. So the way the roads work is that that intersection right there is an endpoint.
Yeah. Yep. So if we finish this road, then we split the point value of the road and we both get Meeples back.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's unless you have like road ends. If you have like a village, you could cap off those roads and dick over my strategy and give me a road worth like a half of like 1 point and give you a road of like
strategy
1, 2,
dicking.
3, 4, 5. Yep. It is a strategy game. Or you can just like finish off that city down there and give us both of our Meeples back, which I would do if I were you. Thank you.
What a coincidence. Oh, interesting. Right. We can see our next tile like way in advance. I just realized that our next tile is immediately visible when we finish playing our previous one.
Yep. All right. Let's make this spicy. I mean, I basically have no choice about where I'm going to put this, so I might as well put it in the obvious spot. So how far in advance can you see it? Do you just see your next tile, or do you see, like, can I see every next tile?
No, just the moment you play the tile you just played, your next tile's already there in the corner now.
No, that's your next tile. That's the one that you're going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see what you're going to do.
Wait, this is confusing because the tile that I can't distinguish because the tile that you just played is the same one that I'm about to play.
Yes.
So that currently is showing it for you.
Shield one with a you're right. So that's the one that we got the same tile back to back.
That makes it very confusing.
Yep.
Huh.
That's also a pretty awful tile to get at this point right
Yeah,
now.
it's not a good time.
I can think of like one place to put it.
Having a good time.
And I really hope you don't put it there.
Having a good time.
I really hope you don't put it there.
Why would someone do such a thing? Just sounds like it's downright cruel to do such a thing.
No, it's a game about dicking people over, and you're gonna dick us both over. How dare you? No! Oh, why? That was the one place I was really hoping. What the hell? I got the same tile again. That was the one place I was really hoping you wouldn't do it.
That one doesn't have a road.
That's true.
Okay, so I guess when you were talking about like maybe you can visualize the tile, it was just on the screen the whole time. Also, if you click on the number, the fraction next to the tile just tells us how big the deck is.
Okay. Well,
just tells us how many of each one are left and everything.
This tile's also not that great.
So like if you open if you open the deck
like,
and look at row 2, you actually see 2 instances of the monastery. It's just a lone building sitting there.
Okay.
Interesting they just give us that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need to try my best to ensure that, well, this tile sucks. So
I guess in Carcassonne, the equivalent of like counting the cards is just built into the rules as being legal.
All right. So what I can do is, you've now put 2 meeples on this city. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make it basically impossible to ever complete this city. That way, I've only lost 1 meeple on it, and you've lost 2.
That's pretty bad.
Yep.
That's pretty bad.
Yep. Strategy, man.
That wasn't very nice.
I know.
That wasn't very nice at all.
I could figure out a strategy game pretty quick, I think.
I'd like to have my meeple back.
You gonna complete the road for me?
You've unlocked a long and winding road.
Same
now
here.
Now it's all tiled up. It's all made of bricks.
That's kind of pretty. That's cute.
Yeah. The visual
that's
distinction,
really cute.
the visual distinction of telling what's finished or not is a nice upgrade. Unfortunately, this song doesn't have the theme song that the Xbox version had that drills into your brain because it's astonishingly catchy, but also definitely loops forever and that usually drives you crazy.
This song's all right. It's a little.
This one's just
very mellow.
atmosphere-y.
Yeah, it's far too mellow, I think.
But there was like this one. The one on Xbox had a song that I'm pretty sure if I referenced it to Durf by just humming it, he would suddenly be like, "Oh my god."
That's funny.
I can't with 100% certainty though tell which song in my head is the Carcassonne song and which song in my head is Tarrytown from Kingdom Hearts. Is that what it's called? The starting town?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not altogether super sure which one is which, to be sure. Maximum point total for this monastery. There we go. Now we're farm friends.
That also gave me points. I didn't expect that.
Did it give you points?
Yeah, we're still tied, 31-35.
It didn't give you points though. The monastery.
But I mean, we were always 4 points.
No,
separated.
The monastery doesn't score until it's finished.
Oh, when is it finished again?
When those last 2 tiles are placed that fully encircle it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It has to be in a big 3x3 square, basically, encased in it, and then you get 9 points.
I see.
If anything, that was a good play for 2 reasons. One,
that was a good play.
It's a 7-point monastery. 2, it connects my meeple on that farm to that completed city that's by your meeple, so that I get those 3 points too.
Yep.
Because neither of us have actually connected any of these other farms we've supposedly are going to connect.
Yeah, we're trying to play it like intelligently.
What's gonna happen?
It's a mystery. It's a big old mystery box.
Oh my god. Is that you, Mr. Abrams?
I'll put that there.
What's in the mystery box, Mr. Abrams? I could tell you, but then I'd lose my career.
Happy Halloween. Yeah, thanks for playing Carcassonne.
Yeah. The ultimate Halloween game.
Spooky, scary Carcassonne.
Hey, you got one. Just gotta figure out where to put one.
This is awful. This is a pretty terrible time to get this.
It'd be much better if it had a road on it.
Yep. So, probably the most reasonable place I can put it is right here.
And make sure you claim it. You can claim it or the farm, and
you better not fuck up the click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely has happened a lot on the 360 version, where you're just pressing a joystick and then pressing A. It's a lot easier to, when you're toggling between a bunch of pre-selected options as opposed to manually clicking on them, it's a lot easier to completely fuck it up.
Yep.
Let's see here. I mean, I guess I'll just work on my thing.
What, your giant city?
Yeah. Not quite.
Oh, you mean your monastery? Yeah.
Yeah. My monastery and my farm. Which is very much my farm now.
Maybe. Depends on if I'm able to sneak some shit in there.
39 tiles to go. I'm actually a little concerned. We have like 40 tiles left and we're running out of time. I'm watching our time really tick down now and it's concerning me.
Oh, god damn it, another monastery? That's super not fair. Oh, but it does have roads on it, so it's also pretty useless.
I can make it work.
Yeah, I kind of wish there was a way to, at this point, just to turn off the timer. Like, just retroactively, like, no! We didn't mean that! But we unfortunately do not have that, they don't have that luxury afforded to us.
No. Also, I'm in 2 of your games where I think my time is counting down right now.
Yep.
I'm in my
correct.
online matches list. I'm in 2 of your other games. What?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I did join them successfully. I just didn't know what tab to click on or something. Yeah, we're starting to have to go like speed rounds with our actions.
A little bit. You have basically twice as much time as.
Or we're gonna be in trubs.
Yeah, I need to start playing intelligently.
I'm gonna complete this road that nobody gets points for.
Thank you. That was very generous of you.
You can do it. Or you can't, I don't know. Maybe you'll fuck it up.
No, maybe.
I'm gonna try to steer this road towards your town until it blocks it.
Oh, if you do that. I'm gonna Tai Chi that road away.
We're both out of claims.
Yeah.
We're just desperate and sad now.
I mean, it's a game of monasteries in that city. So
in that city.
whoever gets basically who's ever able to complete the city on the bottom can help out tremendously. Okay, good. Let's just go ahead and put this down. And like start cracking this game open.
You have 6.5 minutes to place 15 tiles.
That's fine. I can do it.
Points. I can do a claim now. Isn't that fun? Isn't this fun?
Yes, spooky, scary man. Good call. Oh, thank you, game. You gave me exactly what I needed.
Oh, an end cap for you to finish your the dumbbell town.
Yep. But also the monastery.
Very,
and get 2
very.
Meeples back.
Oh
so
shit!
That was actually a really, really good move.
Very common.
I'm very happy with that.
Very common town shape.
Yeah. All right. Is there a way you might want to finish that monastery? That's the right tile for it.
Oh, actually, it actually is.
And you can also claim a city, so that's a free move.
That's exactly
for you.
what I'm doing.
Yeah. I know I shouldn't help you on account of our opponents, but also, fuck it. It's more fun.
But turn optimization.
It's a lot more fun to just see good plays than it is to just like win. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me though. Maybe I'm just
that horizontal that top-down camera angle helps a lot with the more dense board now.
Yeah, I bet. All right.
A little less important in a video game where it's so clearly delineated, but the rule on tabletop is you lay down the meeple when it's on a farm and you stand it up when it's on anything else, which you can see being shown here too. All the farm ones are laying down.
Oh, they are laying down. Okay,
yep.
I was trying to figure out like how you have more claims in the giant farm than I do.
Yeah.
But now I see it's because you have that one guy over on the top of the board laying down.
The original guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of them everywhere.
Yeah.
Keeping busy. And ninja'd you or something. Spooky
Well, I have 2
ninjas.
claims, so I ought to be able to kind of get another guy on this farmland. Considering we have a big, wide open central farmland, it shouldn't be too hard to get somebody in there. And that'll be a really important move.
Do you know why this game's called Carcassonne?
It's named after a French town, I assume.
Yep, a French town that has fucked up wall shape. Like one of these ones. It just looks...
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, it's named after a really weirdly shaped French town that has like castle walls around it and stuff.
That's cool. I like that.
They made a game about making fucked up shaped houses. I mean, towns.
That's cool. I like that a lot, actually. Wait, why won't it let me put farm? Oh wow, it is super connected. Okay, I think I got away. Nope, that won't work. Oh man. Okay, this should be doable. I should be able to get some guy eventually set up to get onto the big farmland. I just got to figure out where to do it.
Farm fight. The farm is currently worth 15 points.
That's a lot.
3 points for every single finished city touching it. Also, there's rule variations, so I'm just guessing which variant we're using.
Okay, this is super risky. I really hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass.
Can't believe there's 3 finished monasteries. Really unusual.
Well, there's about to be a 4th one.
Yeah, that was
to put down.
That was abrupt.
Yep. That's also not the greatest time to get a monastery. I mean, you might be able to.
There's one pretty good spot.
There's some decent spots for it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that's all right.
That's a good 6 points right there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a wibbly wobbly road.
Yep.
The unnecessarily curvy road. Well, this road was just 3 times as long as it needed to be. Good idea.
That's good engineering, right?
Yeah.
This is unnecessarily long roads.
Right around now is where the tiles start to reach like the crack in the table or something, and you're trying to figure out how to shift them without losing how they're all lined up.
Uh-huh.
Well, everyone just had to build left, huh? Thanks.
This is not a really great tile, but what I should do...
You have 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is very scary.
It's fine. I have no idea what will happen if either of us run out of time. Okay.
That is actually a harsh time limit.
Exactly where you should put it. You know where it goes.
I have the longest road of them all, except it's not mine.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, game. You gave me what I needed.
Oh shit! What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna lay out a stake to the farmland, and I'm gonna clean that tile.
No, don't do that. Cool. Now the farm's useless and very stripey.
Well, it is useless, but beforehand, like I basically neutralized your advantage on it. That's all, which is absolutely an important move for me right now.
Your farm has been neutralized.
Take him out. Take out the farm. Farmer Joe, more like Farmer Dead. All right, and
more like
give me a
Farmer. No.
All right, I'll just take that. Give myself a little step up there.
Doing.
How many tiles are left in the game? 18? Is that what it
yep.
Am I reading that correctly?
Yep. So 9 each is a scary number.
Yep.
Is very scary.
One of my teachers used to always say that. She was a really cool lady.
She used to say that is very scary.
She used to say very scary. Yeah, when she was my voice teacher, so we worked together like one-on-one quite a lot. So we got to know each other really well.
Was she very scary?
She could be very intimidating at times, yes. All right.
So I think I just learned the technicality I didn't know about.
So my most important thing is to try and fuck over that monastery.
As far as I'm aware, I don't think you can place green on green in this game. as being the only connection to the existing map. But I think
with that red box tile, does that mean that I've made that unplaceable? Did I dick over your monastery?
That might be an in-game indicator that it's impossible to play there now with the remaining tiles.
Oh, baby!
That might actually be what that means. I've never seen that before.
That's awesome.
This is concerning.
It's great news for Bird. All right, what were you saying? Sorry, I had to interrupt to talk about the video game.
Well, I was also talking about the game. I think you normally can't place green on green like that. Like green against green as that being the only connection. I think you need to have to connect it based on what's on the tile that besides the green normally. But I think there might be an exception where you can place it that way if it's around a monastery.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't really know if there are any special rules or anything like that about, you know, tile placement. Because shit, if I know anything about this game,
I must be full of shit. Because that tiny wedge city you have on the right side is also just green on green, with no other things connecting it. So I guess you just can place green against green anywhere, and it's just like whatevs. Okay. Whatevs, just bro. Make the farmland
bigger and bigger.
Just live free, dude.
Like, what if we were all farms, man?
Man. Ooh, I don't like how it says that. I don't like how that.
Well, you don't like how it says what?
Don't worry. It made a naughty sound at me. That was not a.
Was it like? I love turning you on. Oh. That is a naughty sound. Oh, you're trying to make a roadie road.
I just kept placing them there absently, but then I was like, I guess I'll claim it. Because I reached like 6 of them. I'm like, okay, now it's actually valuable. I should just claim this.
No,
I almost I was putting it by my city, and then it said, if you put this here, the other part required to finish the city will be literally impossible. And I'm like, oh,
that's good to know.
I'm like, no, thank you. 90 seconds. Oh, the seconds don't take down in real time. They just update every like 6 seconds.
Yeah, the netcode might not synchronize them. I don't know. Yeah, I hope you don't win based off of like points or something. That would suck.
I don't know, but you got 80 seconds to do 5 tiles. You got some fast turns. Good thing you've learned the rules.
That is such an annoying sound effect. The bell ringing shit.
Oh, it's making a sound. It's like when you have one heart in Zelda.
Yep.
Oh my god, it even makes. Oh, it was just a one-off sound, I think. Okay, or maybe it happens every turn. It even did a ding, ding, ding.
It did do a ding, ding.
50 seconds.
All right. You can get the road.
Now it's stress time. Stress it out. And also make your road impossible.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
You better play a turn fast. Oh, it does it every turn. It makes the sound every turn.
Cool.
Ding, 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 ding.
36 seconds. All right.
Oh, I got bad news for you, Bird.
What? Are you gonna make it the city impossible now too? Yes, you are. Make that city impossible. Get it over with. What? Oh, fucking no way. You were actually able to finish that thing.
Hope that farm works out, Bird.
Spoilers, it won't.
The farm's pretty enclosed at this point. It's okay, you just have about 5 seconds per turn or something like that. Oh, you got like 9 seconds per turn now. Meanwhile, I've got a nice like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Gonna hang out here. Just look around.
Who would have thought that the person who's played this game before would win? I was doing pretty good.
I thought you were gonna win, actually.
I thought so too, but then the problem was I got into the time crunch and I wasn't able to like pay attention to the board.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I probably would have been keeping tabs on that city to make sure I could do something about it.
I actually lose at this game a lot.
Yeah. This is a fun game. This is a very good game.
Ding, 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 ding.
I didn't even claim the monastery I put down earlier. Talk about talk about making dumb mistakes.
You straight up
Yeah,
didn't
look,
claim
I
it?
don't have a meeple on the
Oh yeah,
Monastery
well that wasn't a dumb
earlier.
mistake. That was just you were inherently doomed.
True.
Also, that monastery is incompletable now.
Yeah, the one I just put down is incompletable.
And
But
so
I was
is mine.
I was trying to complete the one that I put down earlier, but I didn't put a
Orbital
meeple on
guys.
it, so I wasn't able to. It was never going to be worth any points at all.
Never ever, never, never, never ever.
Never ever ever.
Screw it, more city tiles. Spreading out. You rotate the game with Q and E? Nope. Ooh, you have seconds.
All right, I'm either out of tiles or out of game. I don't know what this means.
Yeah, that was the last tile left in the game. I'm currently I'm currently playing the last one.
I actually managed to finish out.
Yeah.
Wow.
You did it.
Yay.
And the farm is mine, and also yours. The farm is useless. The farm will artificially inflate our scores while having no impact on who wins.
Yeah, well, you claimed Fort Shield fuck, so yeah.
Yeah. There's no reason to make that move. Why am I doing that? I should do that instead. End of game.
All right, cool.
What are these
Good
point
game.
totals? Oh. Oh, cool. Cool. It adds them up. I was like, don't rob me of this part. This is the fun part where it like tells us how many points each category was worth.
Yeah.
Ah, so they're worth 4 points. Okay. We're using this rule set. Incompleted cities are only worth 1 point per tile.
I see.
And 1 point per shield, and they're 2 points each when you finish it. 21 point farm.
It's a 21 point farm.
Yeah, there's some rule variants we don't know. When you play a video game version, you don't know which one they're using until you find out. So yeah,
oh, that's cool. It's broken down by the end of the leaderboard, and it's also really loud.
You've unlocked
All
hear
right.
ye, hear ye. I don't know what that means.
Let's do one more round of this.
Yeah.